We're just trying to make awareness of a lot of women being missing these days, you know.
I understand.
I know you've been seeing that.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
You got a wife, you got kids, and you got people out here just snatching them up.
Well, you guys are doing a wonderful job, man. I appreciate all y'all's help.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ, blessed Captain Paul with this United in Christ. What we out here doing today, we out here in the neighborhoods trying to find our people, all right? What you see above us is the missing people flyer. In our neighborhoods, in Oklahoma by itself, is 121 reported cases of people that's being taken for sex trafficking. So there's no news about it on the internet. There's no way to find out. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take matters in our own hands to make sure that we're going into the neighborhoods and searching for our people, all right? So that's what we're doing. We out here campaigning for the missing people campaign to make sure that we put in our brick in our community so we can bring our people home, all right? Most of the people that's being taken is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in our community. So we must do something about it. And I challenge you to do something about it as well, all right? Shalom, Most High in Christ bless.
Israel united in Christ. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1. Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Welcome to another edition of Precept upon Precept with Iuic New Orleans. I'm Officer Matthew to my left.
Officer Mikael.
To my far left.
Officer Solomon.
To my right.
Officer Micah.
And we have a very good show for y'all lined up this evening. We are going into the dangers and the horrors of human trafficking, a.k.a. sex trafficking, which plagues a lot of our people. But before we get into the topic, we want to get with Officer Michael Witt, the Watchman.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Lord's will, everybody's having a great day. Let's jump right into it. All right, President Trump recently had a visit to Walter Reed Hospital, and what accompanied him, may you ask, that black satchel, which carries the nuclear the nuclear launch codes. So I guess while he was in there getting his vaccine treatment for the China virus, he was, I guess, contemplating with the nuclear launch codes. I don't know why you take that to a hospital, but all righty, next article, please. The Supreme Court is they're looking to file an appeal against that old same-sex marriage law that was passed back in 2015. A lot of people in Minnesota are upset about that thing, but hey, good old DJ Trump, he put that Supreme Court justice in there, and now they have those conservative values that us Israelites we love, like, you know, man and wife, you know, that the conventional way of, like the Bible speaks about, the way we're supposed to get married. All right, next article, please. At least 14 were killed by a truck bomb in Syria. They are blaming the Turkish force, so we're going to keep our eyes on that. That's a little bit going on worldwide. Next article, please. All right. So they're trying to figure out why the so-called Edomites are downplaying these Edomites terrorist attacks here in the U.S. So they've been instructing their media, according to the New York Times, to, hey, Antifa and stuff, downplay that. But yet, Israelites on the corner with a Bible, we're deemed a hate group. All right, next article, please. Daughter dies inside a car. Could you scroll up so you see this gentleman, please? Because a lot of people thinking, look at this brother here. This was a brother. So it's not just our sisters that are flooding those abortion clinics. This brother was concerned about the price of a window. He thought it was too expensive, so his daughter died in the car. The police showed up, and they stood by and watched the little girl die. And the brother asked for a tow truck. He said the tow truck was too expensive, so his daughter perished. Rigor mortis was setting in before they busted the damn window out and got his lifeless daughter out of the car. Next article, please. All right. Derek Chauvin, you may know him. He gained some notoriety from the George Floyd slaying. He is out on a $1 million bail. I know you guys. He killed a African American man, an Israelite brother, and he's out walking scot-free. So that should show you that they hold themselves not guilty. So, brothers, sisters, that's all we have for the Watchman Report. Turn back over to Austin Matthew. Shalom, Most High, Christ bless.
You know what's crazy? I thought that you don't get bail for murder.
No, you don't. You don't get bail for murder.
Like murder is one of the things you don't get bail for.
Right.
But he's out on bail.
A $1 million bond.
Mm.
So you know what that means? That means Esau came together and got $100,000 together real quick to bond this man out.
And
Yeah.
because of the fact that it's not, they don't consider it murder. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a Jake.
Yeah. Not only that, but he had a criminal record. And you know what they say? You wonder why they always look at the criminal record?
To justify. them
Not only
killing
that.
him.
Not only that.
Why?
But they are backed by the 13th Amendment.
Oh, you're absolutely right. You're right about that.
They said that the institution of slavery shall not exist except for if someone has been lawfully tried and convicted of a crime.
Right.
They didn't say that once you complete your time for that crime, that the 13th Amendment, that part no longer applies.
Right.
That's why every time one of our people get killed, they pull up their arrest record. Because that law applies. Once you got a record, that is it. You are a slave. Whether you're in the jail or whether you're out of jail, you're still a slave.
So there's no more time served.
So
No.
Okay.
this is how deep that is, that you bring up the 13th Amendment as the reason they always bring up the criminal record, right? That goes into the Casual Killing Act. They were able to casually kill slaves and not get charged for it.
Yep. Ain't that something?
That goes to that hunting license they used to get?
Yeah,
They probably
The
still have it.
nigga hunting license.
yeah, they probably still got them.
And you Christians out there who swear up and down that there ain't no racism and that white people love us, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Shame.
Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Under
Shame.
Obama, we got murdered. Under Bush, we got murdered.
Right.
Shame.
Under Trump, we getting murdered.
Right.
It don't matter who's in who's in power with politicians. It don't matter.
Officer Mac, you know one of our brothers that is really sick with that whole mentality is our brother Lil Wayne. Wayne Carter.
He ain't doing it. He ain't sick.
I thought you was gonna say Jesse
ain't
Lee
sick.
Peterson.
He ain't
No,
sick.
no. We know he's
Because on the
destroyed.
Carter 4 album, he actually talked about injustices in this country.
I heard D.L. Hughley talking about today on the radio how he made a statement stating that he don't have a problem with white folks because they was there to save him when he got shot, and they did more for him than his own people did.
Can we
That's
set
because,
this?
that's because our people can't do anything.
I'm
We
just-
just as low as everybody else. We can't pull people out of the mud
We
if we in the
understand.
mud too.
Can we set this story straight though?
Come on.
I mean, first of all, he didn't get shot. He shot himself.
Yeah, playing with a gun in the mirror. Shot
Cheddar
himself.
Bob. Cheddar Bob. That's basically who he is, Cheddar Bob. But the Edomite that picked him up actually picked him up because he didn't want to step over him in the doorway like everybody else. It wasn't that he was saving him. He just picked him up out the way.
So he went trip over him.
Yeah,
He was a trip hazard.
exactly.
Damn.
Yep. Hey, Start at the beginning. Don't start at 2 minutes. Start at the beginning. The first 2 minutes. That's what we're gonna look at. So we got an article. Well, we got a video that we're gonna watch, and it's actually showing what Esau's thoughts are, or what's actually going on. Because if we say it, people ain't gonna believe it. So we gotta let the Edomites say it.
Right. You got to believe what Massa said, because Massa ain't going to lie to you.
So let's see out of the mouth of the beast what goes on with our missing black women. Play on.
Bring it out.
Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. So this just, I think, happened today, if not yesterday, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Missing black girls found after cops don't issue Amber Alert amid sex trafficking suspicions. So Milwaukee police have a history of being accused of not taking black missing persons reports seriously. This is big on a national level. It's also, I've talked about this, missing and murdered indigenous women. It's the same thing with, or similar, I should say, with black women when they go missing. It's just like, oh, boy, we'll get at, they don't pursue it. If a suburban white girl goes missing, the federal, everyone.
Hey, could you pause there for a second? We're not just going to let that slide by. He says the same thing or really similar with indigenous women, which is showing you again that the Hispanics and Northern Kingdom, which are your so-called Native Americans, are Israelites. They're going through the same thing.
That's right.
You know what's crazy?
That's right.
I remember some years ago, one little white girl, John Benet Ramsey,
Had the whole world
had
on
the
lockdown.
whole world in an uproar looking for this little white baby.
I couldn't wait for them to find that girl. I was so tired of hearing about her.
Yeah, so they can shut the hell up about
I mean,
it.
they looked for her for years.
Yeah, and 65,000 black women go missing. No news coverage.
We're the only ones talking about it.
Nothing.
No news coverage. And yet, our sisters are on social media
Right.
posting themselves half naked
Yep.
with their location tagged,
Right.
what hotel they in,
Right.
what car they driving,
Yeah.
what stores they shop at, what they do on a day-to-day basis.
Bring it out.
I hope y'all know a lot of them dudes follow your social media accounts, track you down, and then kidnap you.
Exactly.
But I could do what I want. But then when it happens to you, then it's woe is me.
No, then it's, where are our men at? Why our men are not protecting us?
But the men tell you right now, put some clothes on, cover yourself up. You ain't paying my bills. You don't own me. You don't run me.
Right.
Well,
You can't
okay,
tell me what to do.
you're right. We don't own you. We don't run you. But there's somebody that does own you, that does run you,
Right.
that puts breath in your body.
Right.
Let's see what he says. 1 Timothy 2:9.
Uh-oh. Bring it out.
Yep.
Let's see what he say.
Now trust me, the issue of sex trafficking is horrid. It is a very difficult thing to even talk about and go into, but we have to. And when you look at it, these things are happening to us because of the curses that we brought upon ourselves for disobeying the Most High God.
That's right.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
In modest apparel. Can we get the definition of modest? Let's see what the definition of modest is, because the Most High says for his daughters to dress in modest apparel. Let's see if modest apparel means wearing tight spandex and twerking your behind on camera. You can get the Merriam-Webster's dictionary version. You can go to Merriam-Webster. No, go to Merriam-Webster.
Hey, you know what's crazy? A lot of people was in an uproar behind that Cuties thing on Netflix. Which, I mean, that was disgusting.
Right.
But the same people that was in the uproar about that is the same people that got their little girls on dance teams, marching in the parades with the bands. What's the difference between the Cuties thing and them dressed in leotards and tights, dancing and popping and shaking their behind in the middle of the street.
There is no difference.
What's the difference? But they want to say something about what's going on out there. And yet our own people do the same exact thing to their own children.
So look at this. Definition number 3. It says observing the properties of dress and behavior. Decent.
Yep. Hey, scroll down a little bit.
Ooh, you saw that?
Wait, go down. Hold on.
Those synonyms right there.
Shy, bashful, diffident, coy, mean not inclined to be forward.
So that means
Shy.
she can't just walk up to you and say, "What's down, baby?"
Yeah.
No, that means she ain't on Instagram twerking.
That
Right.
means she ain't on Lil Boosie Instagram getting cussed out talking about shake that biscuit, and you talking about not if you don't play nothing that I like.
Right.
Right.
Hey, go back to that. Hold on.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's get that one right there, too.
That one right there, number 3.
It says dressing or behaving so as to avoid impropriety or indecency, especially to avoid attracting sexual attention.
So when you dress modestly, you dress to not attract sexual attention.
And you notice what that last part in parentheses it says?
Typically used of a woman.
Wow.
What's the next one? Of clothing.
Of clothing.
It says of clothing, not revealing or emphasizing the figure.
Whoa. Because you know they got them sisters, well, some of us are just thick. Some of us just have a lot of stuff going on. Some of us are just voluptuous. Get bigger clothes.
So
if you want to hide the fact that you knock-kneed or you bow-legged, you wear a
It's-
dress.
Hey, look, they did it in the 90s.
You wear a dress.
They did it in the 90s.
And yet, nowadays, it's the what do they call it? Body positive.
Right.
You can be body positive without showing your body off to every time Dick and Harry.
Right, Lizzo.
Go back to the video. So when this is Esau's mentality of why when we go missing, they don't take it seriously. Because they see how we act as a people. It's like, oh, they went something bad happened? Really? Oh, really? Something bad happened?
To
Doesn't
them?
surprise me. That's how they think. Play on.
Everyone's involved, like media, where did she go, and all this stuff. So this has just happened, and I'm going to go through this whole story, but the neighborhood decided to take it upon themselves to go find these girls, and they did. And they found a house that was like suspected of being sex trafficking, and then the people inside just start shooting, I guess. They start shooting people. The police show up, and all kind of hell breaks loose, and then there's a van and the house get caught on fire. Which, okay, that could have just happened. People are pissed off. These girls got abducted. But the cops don't do anything about it. There's some people saying the police are involved in the sex trafficking. I don't have any evidence of that. This is all supposition at this point. But I find it a little odd that a van and a home, that if they are places where people have been trafficked, there would be physical evidence. Weird that they just get caught on fire. Isn't that odd?
Stop.
'Cause-
So what he's saying is they had a house full of women that were victims of sex trafficking. When the police got there, the people who had them hostage killed them, and then they set the building on fire. And nobody stopped it. So they're asking, is the police involved in it? Now, I know a lot of people would ask that. So let's get it from the mouth of a victim. Go to that Atlanta Black Star link. Let's get it from the mouth of a victim of sex trafficking. And then we're going to go to a video with a woman warning you of what not to do. Because I know a lot of people would think that the first few minutes that we was talking about this, we was being kind of harsh. Like, oh, you're victim blaming. It's not their fault. Okay.
Right.
All right. We're going to let you hear from the mouth of a woman
Right.
on what to do and what not to do.
Well, that's how most women are. They don't believe it until they hear it from someone else anyway.
Yeah.
Scroll up. Yeah. Read that.
Sex trafficking's true victims. Why are our black girls/women so vulnerable?
Why are they so what?
Vulnerable.
Know what vulnerable means? Unprotected.
Exactly.
Can I get that scripture, Sarat? Where no hedge is? Why are our black girls and women so vulnerable? Unprotected. You got it? Who got it? Whoever get it, they read it. Because that's what black men are supposed to be doing. We are supposed to be protective of our women. A lot of us are protective of our children, are we not?
Yes, we are.
And when we are protective of our children, we tell them what to do, when to do it, and how to do it.
I passed it, 36.
We tell them, because we protected them, don't ever take candy from strangers.
Right.
We tell our children, because we're protecting them, don't talk to people that you don't know. We tell our little girls when they're growing up, because we're protecting them,
Right.
don't dress like that.
But you know what,
Exactly.
officer, one of the things that with our women and even our children, that makes them so vulnerable is because it has been said that our women, well, we know because they're Israelites and they're under the curses, but they're more targeted because of the fact that they deem themselves or feel as though that they don't need to need that protection. They can, you know what I'm saying? They basically are self-willed and they can do things on their own.
Yeah. That's called a walking target. What
Exactly.
the Bible calls getting torn apart as a bull straying alone.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36 and verse 25. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled.
Where no hedge is, the possession is spoiled. Meaning where no protection for that woman is,
Right.
she gets taken advantage of.
Exactly.
She gets taken. Now let's see. Why are our black girls and women so vulnerable? Reading that, officer.
Mimi Crown's story is like millions of others that have been and are being told across America. At age 21, she was abducted and forced into sexual solicitation. I had to ask permission to eat, to sleep, to buy myself feminine products, or even to use my phone. Crown said of her detention, it felt like I was in a prison that I'd never get out of. I had no limits on what I should have been doing, however, sexually. I secretly did what I could to mentally deal with this at the time.
So she was a victim of sexual trafficking. She
Right.
was trafficked as a victim, forced into prostitution. Go ahead.
Sexual trafficking represents a critical threat to the well-being of this nation's girls. In 2016 alone, the National Human Trafficking Hotline reported 7,572 human trafficking cases with 551,000 of these cases being sexual trafficking cases. One of the least acknowledged and underappreciated facts about the statistic, however, is that the face of the typical victim is not that of J.C. Duggart or Amy Smart, as media depictions of sexual trafficking suggest.
Meaning they're black.
Right. They don't have that innocent Marsha Brady look.
Exactly. Read on.
The typical face of sexual trafficking in America today matches the faces of the 501 juveniles that had gone missing in D.C. area in just the first quarter of this year.
What they're saying without saying it is the face of sexual trafficking victims are black women.
Right.
Hey, if y'all don't know, D.C. is known as Chocolate City.
Exactly. And one of the things that they pointed out, it said the first quarter. So that's the first 3 months of the year.
Read on.
Excuse me. According to the FBI, 40% of the victims of sex trafficking are African Americans.
40%. Now that's a massaged number.
That is very massaged.
And they're gonna watch. Read on.
With that number being significantly large in the major metropolitan areas, in Los Angeles County, the African American victim rate reaches 92%.
92%.
Damn.
In L.A. County. So how I go from 40 to 92?
Somebody lying.
Because the FBI said 40% of the victims are African Americans. They didn't say where.
Right.
So how you got 92% in one whole area, but we only account for 40% of the victims? If we are only what's the percentage that they say that black people are in the country?
In the nation?
13%.
13%, but we
Right.
account for 40% of the sexual trafficking? Huh.
That's a lot.
Read.
In overwhelming numbers, the persons most likely to be victimized are vulnerable black girls and women.
Vulnerable black girls and women. Why? Because they don't have protection over them. The men that are supposed to be protecting them are the ones that are behind this.
Right.
Go, keep scrolling down. Right there. I actually did not know.
I actually did not know what human trafficking was until it happened to me, Crown, who wrote the book Stuck in Traffic about her experiences, added. I was reading an article literally just last year about a young woman who was rescued from trafficking, and in the story, it gave details of what happened to her. I said, wow, that sounds just like what I went through. I would tell the politicians to stop treating victims/survivors of human trafficking like criminals, she said. These women have gone through unimaginable ordeals, and the last thing they need is to have their finger being the finger being pointed at them.
Because you should empathize with the situations that a lot of our sisters have gone through. But watch this. Go down to.
Hey, officer.
Yeah.
You remember that young lady that they actually charged because she shot the person that was actually abusing her?
Yeah, Centoya.
They, you know what I'm saying? They charged, but eventually she got off, right?
Yep.
But I mean, initially, just like this young lady said, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being treated as a victim, they're being treated as though they're criminals.
Yeah.
You know why? Can we get a scripture real quick?
What we got?
Deuteronomy 24:7. Let's see what the law said about this. This is downright. Now, what kind of wife would is that sister gonna make with all that traumatic
trauma?
That's trauma.
Yep.
And the Negro, he just like on to that. You know, it's how people doing it. You know, it's how people doing this.
The next thing gonna show it. I'm telling you. I'm
All
telling
right. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24, verse 7. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren,
And it was who?
any of his brethren,
His people, his brothers, his sisters, his people. Read.
of the children of Israel,
Of the who?
of the children of Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Northern Kingdom, y'all doing this too. Read.
Exactly.
Come on.
And maketh merchandise of him,
Because that's what they doing. They selling our women's bodies. Come on.
or selleth him, then that thief shall die.
He should what?
Then that thief shall die.
So granted, we can't do none of that today, but that's what the Most High says. They ain't bring that thing back. 'Cause
Hey,
that's a sick.
It's coming because a lot of them brothers,
Yep.
they get caught in this because it's a lot of our people doing this to their own people.
Yep.
And you know what it is? It's a lot of them little dudes that y'all be following on Instagram and Twitter
Right.
and Facebook. Oh, he just so cute.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's a bad boy. Oh, he
yeah.
got tattoos all up on his face, and I just like men like that. I just like a roughneck. I want a man to handle me.
And then
That come out y'all mouth.
Then when he take hold of you, you
Yeah.
crying.
Read that last part so to see what the Most High said what happened once that dude died of death. Read that next part.
And thou shalt put away evil from among you. Verse 8.
The evil's gone. The tattoos on the face, and the dude want to talk with his hands.
Yep. Hey, let's continue reading in this article. Understanding why.
Understanding why African American girls are being targeted requires taking a critical look at those that are actually taking the girls.
Oh,
let's see.
Let's see. Read.
Statistics show that African American men are overwhelmingly the individuals that kidnap and traffic the majority of America's sex trafficking victims.
Wow.
So they're not snatching up Karen.
No.
No.
No,
They ain't snatching up Becky. They ain't snatching up Karen.
Devil.
They not snatching up Mingling.
No, because you know, you go to Esau neighborhood, you getting questioned. They got neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing here? Do you have ID?
Yep.
Do you know someone in this
Do you know
neighborhood?
someone here?
Are you lost?
Are you lost?
You need directions?
So what our brothers do is they get contacted by these people
Right.
and they get offered sums of money. How you think a lot of these dudes in the climate that our job market is in, how are they always on Instagram flashing money? How are they always the ones in the club? How are they always the ones that's living like rappers? I know how much rappers make.
Right.
I know how much all of that streams and all of that, your deals that you get, I know how much you make. You don't make as much as you put on. So how you getting the land yap of the money? You're doing illegal things. And one of those illegal things besides drug dealing, because it ain't that much cocaine in the world.
Nope.
Everybody can't be no cocaine dealer. And that game is so cutthroat, everybody don't live in that game.
You right about that.
So how else are you making your money? You're stealing your own people. And watch what they do to them. Read on.
However, these traffickers are marketing and selling the services of their victims to a largely white affluential base.
They are black men are kidnapping black women and Latin women and selling them to white people today. They said that they're marketed and sold. How do you market something like that? With social media.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, she bad. She in the New York area. She's in the Baltimore area. She's in the Philadelphia area. She's in the Atlanta area. Look at her Instagram followers.
And guess what? A lot of them Instagram girls, OnlyFans, these are those victims.
Yep. Because guess what? All they have to do is become your little only fan, because that money got to go somewhere. All they got to do is follow the money. And now they got you. Once they follow the money, now they got you.
Yep.
Read on.
Due to this, prosecutions of offenders devolve into a question of credibility between a politically advantaged white offender and a vulnerable brown victim.
Why? Because when you put a white man on trial
Right.
for sex trafficking somebody or dealing with a sex trafficking victim, they always go to bat for that white man. Yep. Why? Because he has credibility. He has money. And we're going to see through the article who is actually or why certain people do this, why certain white people do this. Read on.
Typically, the result of this is the victim being silenced and blamed for what was done to her.
So what they would do is they would shame the woman. Yep. They would use her promiscuity against her. They would use her attire against her. All we're doing is bringing out the Bible. The Bible says you should cover up. And if you don't, there's punishments for it. Yeah, the therapist will blame them too. So guess what? When the Bible says cover up so that you don't cause your brothers to lust after you, that stops all of them people in your DMs. That stops all of them brothers that just want to come to you to hit it.
Right.
That stops the baby mama, baby daddy drama.
Right.
That stops the harassment in public, the catcalling, the disrespect. That stops all of that. And it also stops people looking at you for merchandise. Read on.
Most people who buy, sell are those that have disposable income.
Most people who buy sex are those who got disposable incomes. Read.
They tend to be white men that are married that have an education.
Why would that be? Because white men have been doing what white men have been doing since the time of slavery. They don't like their wife at home. So when they see that voluptuous black or brown sister, guess what? They want her. And if they got to pay for it, they're going to do that. You want to know why? Because they can.
Hey, can we get Deuteronomy 28 and 30?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Now, we bring this out a lot of times talking about how the so-called white man used to rape our women in slavery. But this is the same thing going on now. They get our women into these sex trafficking rings, and they do what they want with our sisters, and then they send them back to us. Basically the same thing they was doing in slavery. It's the same exact thing. Nothing has changed.
Nope, nothing at all. Go to Exodus 21 and 16.
Book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hands, he shall surely be put to death.
A lot of them brothers that be doing that, and I hope they repent. But if they don't, a lot of y'all gonna get put to death for doing that to your own people. And now it's got women online. Like, I deactivated my old Facebook account a while ago.
Right.
I went back to it because my sister be sending me messages and my mama be sending me messages just to check on me, see how I'm doing. I scroll. So many women are asking questions about what it is that men do nowadays. Like, do men actually, my mother asked, do men actually talk about their feelings, or is that BA nigga stuff? Talk to me, I want to know. Another sister that I went to school with, why is it okay for men to do this and they think that they can get no repercussions for it? Basically talking about relationship stuff.
Right.
And it was like 15, 20 more statuses that resembled that. Like, why do men do this? Why do men do that? Won't men start doing this? Won't men start doing that? Well, it's because they're not guided by the laws of God.
That's right.
That's why once they approach that broke black man and say, hey, I got $50,000 for you if you get this chick that I've been looking at on Instagram.
Right.
Just kidnap her, bring her to this spot, and I got you covered. What you think they're going to do?
They're going to get that money.
Huh. All you are is a means to an end.
Exactly.
And then you get looked at like you're nothing. That's how sex trafficking does our sisters. They get looked at like they're nothing. And then the police don't take it serious because the police is the ones that's behind it.
Exactly.
It said most of those who buy sex are those that have disposable incomes. They tend to be married with an education. Who else better to supply you with sex trafficking victims than the people who arrest people all the time?
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, can we get 1 Timothy 6 and 10? Watch this. Because it all boils down to this right here. Read that.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6 and verse 10. For the love of money.
For the what?
For the love of money.
For the what?
For the love of money
Uh-huh.
is the root of all evil.
So for the love of money is the root of all evil.
That's right.
It is evil for our sisters to be on social media prostituting themselves. That is evil.
Because that's what it is. It's digital prostitution. Y'all OnlyFans having people. You people are paying to see your body. That's prostitution.
Right. So our sisters get online, they do that for the love of money. That's evil. These brothers out here that's kidnapping the sisters are doing that for the love of money. That's evil. And read on.
Which while some covered after, they have erred from the faith and pierced
So-
themselves through with many sorrows.
Covet. When they covet is the same thing as lust.
Right.
So when you out here dressing promiscuous and causing people to lust after you, they're not only lusting after you for sexual reasons, they're lusting after you for that money. Because they
Right.
see dollar signs that they can get off of your body by selling you. So stop it. Stop dressing like that. Stop prostituting yourselves.
Hey,
Keep God's commandments.
let's get it from the victim. Scroll down to the section of on being vulnerable.
Can we get a script while you're looking for that?
Yep.
Proverbs 7 and 10. Because Officer Matthew hit on it at the beginning of the show. If you look like a whore, that's how
They're gonna treat
They're
you
gonna
like
treat
that.
you like one. Because the scriptures say, I think it's Leviticus, it talks about don't prostitute our daughters to be whores unless the land fall into whoredom.
Exactly.
So our people walking around on Instagram, throwing their ass in a circle, twerking, doing all this other foolishness. And what does Jake do? Yep, that's one right there. Take it to master. Did you read that, officer?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 7 and verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot.
So if you look like a harlot, look up harlot. Look it up. Y'all got smartphones. We ain't waste time looking up a harlot, a whore. You look like a whore, they snatching our people up and they treat them like whores.
Hey, read from my experience.
Hey,
From
all
my-
praises. All praises.
From my experience, traffickers are most likely to target girls with questionable family networks.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You know what it
Oh.
means? A
Oh.
questionable family network?
Oh.
Meaning
Single
you don't got no
parents?
daddy.
You ain't got
No daddy at home.
You don't got no husband. You ain't got no daddy. You ain't got no hedge of protection.
Nothing.
That's who they go after.
Yep.
So all y'all that be posting all that stuff, I don't need no man.
I don't want no man.
Don't no man run me. Don't no man do that to me. They be like, oh yeah, right.
Yep.
That's one. That's hey, keep an eye on that one.
Yeah.
They look at
victim.
that timeline and see Cardi Brokeback and Meg the Horse on now.
Yep.
They say, okay, yep, them her role models.
WAP? Oh, she said she got WAP.
Okay, yep,
Hey, that's
Got it.
marketing right there.
yep, boom.
She
Oh, yeah.
marketing. She marketing her WAP.
Exactly. And then what they do is they take her marketing and market it for her so they can make
That's
more
all
money.
they do.
Yeah, they look to
Exactly.
see who her friends are like. Okay, how many other are destroyed just like her? Let me
All it is an algorithm. All they got to do is draw attention to you.
As a matter of fact, hey, can I get a script?
Hold on. Read the rest of that.
All right.
questionable family networks, teenage runaways.
Teenage runaways. We have the missing person campaign, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know how many times we done walked up and down the street posting pictures and people be like, hey, let me talk to you for a minute real quick. Y'all see y'all got the photo of Tanisha right here. She ain't missing. That girl ran away from home to be with her boyfriend.
Yep.
You know how many times that happened?
Uh-huh.
About 10.
Yeah, the
Yep.
majority of New Orleans missing people is just runaway juveniles because they want to go and be with their boyfriend,
Right.
and their mama don't got no control of them. Why? Because they daddy not there.
Uh-oh.
It's our fault as a nation that
That's
this
right.
happens to us.
Yep.
Read on.
Teenage runaways, homeless girls, girls in the foster system.
That goes to the women who give up their children. Oh, I wasn't ready to have one, but you was ready to spread your legs.
Right. And still doing it afterwards.
And rape only counts for less than 0.1% of the children that are put in foster care or aborted.
Right.
Read on.
Girls that can be easily plied away.
Girls that can be easily manipulated. Oh, a girl can be easily manipulated if she doesn't have a father there to show her what the game is.
Right.
It says easily filed away, meaning these people are castaways. Nobody cares about them.
Helen Taylor, the director of intervention and outreach of Exodus Cry, a Christian-based sex trafficking abolitionist program, told Atlanta Black Star.
So these people, they know what kind of people that they looking after.
Oh.
They do it. So how is it that our women are the ones that are put in this system? Because they watch you. They watch your social media. They watch your actions.
Right.
Why do you think when some of our people get killed, they always go to their social media posts?
Exactly.
Oh, he had a social media post saying
Uh-huh.
that the white man was the devil,
Yep.
and that's why it was lawful for him to get murdered by the
Because
police.
they have to justify.
Exactly.
They gotta find
So if they
justification.
watch black men in order to justify themselves killing us,
Right.
don't you think they watch black and Hispanic women to justify the stuff that happens to them?
Right.
Of course they do.
I was in the service, and I had a position where I had to deal with things of this sort. They say it's zero tolerance on stuff like that, but you get an option of you can report it either restricted or unrestricted. If it's restricted, they like I don't know who the person is, but the victim, the person that went through the trauma could be standing right beside the victim, and he still got a job, she still got a job.
Damn.
And like it ain't no they don't catch no serious jail time behind stuff like this. They don't.
Wow.
Damn.
It's not taken serious.
And you know who fault that is?
Ours.
Ours.
Because we
Exactly.
supposed to be the judges.
That's right.
We supposed to be the ones to tell you. But you know what black people say? Only God can judge me. So what about the black men that took our sisters and kidnapped them and sold them to white people? Can we judge them? Can we snitch on them?
No snitching. No snitching.
That ain't what the Bible say. The
Yep.
Bible say, tell that thing.
And they'll get on Facebook or World Star and put a video. Oh my God, I just saw a girl snatched up and put in a van.
Right.
And the minute we say something, we come out there with the scriptures.
Y'all judge.
Y'all
Y'all
judge
can't
it.
be
You can't judge.
It's the way y'all saying it. Y'all shouldn't say it that way. But how does Tyrone say it when he snatch up Nicole and throw her in the back of a van?
Get you in the car.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a little break real quick for
Let y'all recover.
Officer Mikael with the Cornerstone News.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel. This is your brother, Officer Mikael, and this is the Cornerstone News, where you find out all your happenings in IUIC. So, hey, y'all know, Shout Out Tuesday, Bishop is talking about his favorite subject yet again. He is on our brother, Thomas Dexter Jakes. So y'all might want to go check that out, see what the bishop had to say about our brother TD. Lord's will, after all this, that brother repents. Also, y'all want to make sure y'all check out all the other great radio shows we have. Our lineup on Monday, we have Escaping the Plantation 2.0. That's our brothers out in Jackson, Mississippi doing big things. On Tuesdays, we have in D.C., Truth Be Told. And then followed by IUIC Dallas with In the Scripts Reloaded. On Wednesdays, we have IUIC Oklahoma with Casting Down Imaginations. And of course, on Thursday nights, we have IUIC Miami with Four Corners News, followed by yours truly, Precept upon Precept, here in IUIC New Orleans. News with a script, that's right. And on Fridays, we have the TGIF lineup with the Deacons. So y'all make sure y'all check that out, especially out of all these radio shows. Don't forget on Sundays, we got Patient Saints Radio, followed by Deacon Nathan with Hidden History. Then we have Deacon Malachi with Raven and Wolves. And rounding out, we have the Lions Den down in IUIC Orlando. So y'all make sure y'all check out all those radio shows where y'all can get more great information like this. Also, shout out to IUIC Houston, IUIC Austin, and IUIC New Jersey. These brothers have been hitting the streets for 30 days straight going to camp. As a matter of fact, Austin is doing a 40 days, 40 nights of camp. So they still out there going in the streets hard. So shout out to them brothers, man. And that concludes our Cornerstone News.
So, back to the subject at hand. Hey, let's go to that YouTube video, 75,000 black women and girls missing, and no one is talking about it.
Nobody, huh?
And with that one, we're going to start at 2 minutes. Like we said, brothers and sisters, the hedge is very important. And if the single sister that's not married yet, her hedge is the men of the Lord that are in her congregation.
That's right.
That's right.
We protect our sisters. We look out for them. That's why we are in everybody's business. Why? Because as shepherds, you have to take account of the flock.
That's right.
How you gonna know what people are battling with? How you gonna know if a sister lives in a bad neighborhood or not? How you gonna know? Unless she tells you.
How you gonna know if that sister is marriage material so you can get her hedge if you don't know her business?
Exactly. Everybody needs to give a report.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, what's the report on this sister? Hey, what's the report on this brother? I don't know. That don't look good.
At all.
So we got to know.
That's right.
Because a hedge of protection, that's what the role is. Just like with your children, you protect them at all costs. Men protect their women at all costs. Prophets, leaders of the nation of Israel, they protect the flock at all costs. Play in that video.
And so I've been talking about it. This isn't my first time talking about it. It won't be my last. We have an epidemic of black women and black girls going missing. And this is not something that's a trend that's going to die down. It's on the upswing. Human and sex trafficking has become the second most lucrative underground business on the globe. Second only to arms shipping. It has supplanted drug dealing as the number 2 most lucrative industry in criminal activity. And they have become highly mobile. They have become very diverse in mechanisms, machinations, and cons, and we need to be aware of it. And Egypt talks about some specifics that she's aware of, but more importantly, we need to sound the alarm. I'm going to allow you to watch the video. I'm going to come back and briefly close out, but this is something that we need to be talking about a lot more than we currently are talking about it. Here's the video from Egypt.
Hey guys, I just had to stop down in the middle of my day because there's something so important that I want to draw attention to. We're not hearing enough about how we, women, black women, are under attack. 75,000 women and young girls have just disappeared. And if you ask me, not enough people are talking about it. It should be all over the news, all over the radio. These are sisters, mothers, wives. Our babies are just disappearing. Sex trafficking and human organ trafficking is at an extreme high. This is not random. This is big business that we're talking about. It's intentional, and people in high places know about it. We have got to be alert. We got to be cautious, and we got to be diligent because our lives depend on it. So I want you to do what I do. I mean, I'm literally, call me crazy when I'm out with my children, but I'm always watching. You have to be. When you leave Walmart or you leave Target or you leave the supermarket, where did you park? Okay, what cars were next to you?
Stop.
What cars are next?
That's something that our sisters got bad.
Right.
They come out the store and don't know where they parked, where they are. Oh, did we park on this aisle or that aisle? Because a lot of y'all walk around like this.
Yep.
This is how a lot of y'all walk around like this.
Somebody can roll up on it and never even see it. But I want to ask you something else. Now, this sister, she's bringing out some very, very important information. And the stuff that she's saying is extremely true. But looking at her, is she dressed modestly?
Nope.
We know that she not going to be right.
I
We
understand
know that.
I understand that.
We trying to show, because Lord's will, she hears of the truth and repents.
Lord's will.
Lord's will.
And that's our prayer. But the point that I want to make is one of the reasons why she's always have to have her head on the swivel is because she's not dressed modestly. And that's just the point that I wanted to make for our onlookers.
I went to Target maybe last month.
Uh-huh.
I saw a sister in a dress that was basically see-through.
Oh, I see that all the time.
It was basically see-through. You could see the G-string
That she had drawn.
that she had on. You know she had no drawers on. Like it was so blatant that I had to look at the ground.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, what the hell? But somebody involved in sex trafficking is like, wait till she come out the car. Wait till she come out the store.
Right.
Just pull up on side, snatch her, and just drive off.
Yep.
She's
Throw it
already
away.
ready.
It's a wrap.
Play on.
Next to you now. Are there vans next to you? Because you know what they're doing? When you go to get in your car, they're opening the side doors, jumping out, injecting these women, and they're paralyzed, and that's how they're snatching them. We've heard it from sex trafficking victims that that's exactly what happened. Out of the blue, someone grabbed them, injected them, and that's all they remember. Also, they're putting things on your front window. So now you get in, you get out your car, you go around to grab it off your front window, and that's how they're getting you, or your back window. They have these little black snip ties. They put them on your car and you're saying, what is that? Let me get out and take it off. Forget about it. Leave it. Who cares? It's material stuff. If there's something on your window, you drive home, you drive to a safe area, you go to a well-lit area where there's a lot of people, then you take it off. But do not fall for the okie doke. Your life depends on it. And I want you to make sure.
They said that they putting stuff on your window, on your windshield.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How would they know whose car is yours?
Because they watched prior.
Exactly. They watched you. They watched you. It is easy to find people on social media. Easy. It's simple to find people on social media, especially if they're Edomites with money to.
Right.
All they have to do, if you have a business, search your business.
Yeah.
They can pull up the records. If you have your real name, they can pull up your real name. If you got your nickname, they can pull that up. They got your email. They can pull up everything associated with your social media account and follow you. Find out your habits. All they got to do is see your post activity.
Exactly, because
Find out what you like and don't like.
they basically going to post it anyway, and they're going to let them know what it is. anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why we always tell people, stop posting your entire life. People be like playing these little games. Oh, answer these questions. I don't be answering none of that stuff. Oh, how old is your spouse? How many years between you and your spouse? Who said something first? Where did y'all meet at? You know, these are security questions in
Yes.
some of your things.
It's called a phishing attack, not F-I-S-H. You spelled with a P. Phishing.
P-H-I-S.
P-H.
So they got a lot of phishing questions that be on social media, and our sisters just be playing into it. Some of our brothers too. Some of our brothers be playing into that stuff too.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of our brothers are going missing as well.
Yep.
They mess around and inject you with something and take all of your organs.
Yep. She mentioned that about the organ.
Yeah.
And since you're on that vein, Israel, stop being simple. If somebody come to you and say, I'm going to marry you after I lay down with you, tell leadership. Don't be simple. Stop being simple as hell. Why the hell? What's wrong with our people?
You
Lust.
said it.
Stop
Simple.
being lustful and simple as hell. That's the wrong way to do it. Lined up for a damn backdoor marriage, man.
Hey, can we get a script? Can we get Micah 2 and 8? Cause y'all gotta see this thing for what it is, man.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Even of late, my people is risen up as an enemy. Ye pull off the robe with the garment from them that pass by securely.
So it says our people has risen up as an enemy. We are enemy to our own selves. And then it says that they pulled off the robe of them that pass by securely. So when you walking with your cell phone, not paying attention to where you going, your own people pull up on side of you and they jacking you. Read on.
with the garment from them that pass by securely, as men averse from war.
Read.
Verse 9. The women of my people have ye cast out from their pleasant houses.
It says, the women have ye cast out from your pleasant houses, meaning you were snatched from your security. You were snatched from the nice car that you have. Read.
From their children have ye taken away my glory forever.
Snatched them away from their children and taken away the glory. Because believe it or not, the daughters of Zion and especially the men, the sons of God, this is his glory. But our own brothers and sisters are snatching away that glory.
Also, can we get a precept, Jeremiah 2:21, to go with what you're saying? Because our people, like, the Most High made us to be a great nation. We greater than everybody. And the other nations, they know it. They know that we better than them. That's why everything we put our hand to, we better than them at that. But let's see what the Most High said. Could you read that?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 21. Yet I have planted thee a noble vine.
So the Most High, he planted us a noble vine. That's a prestigious thing. Read.
Holy, a right seed.
So we were holy and we are a right seed. But let's see what happened. Read.
How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant?
Because today our people have went into a degenerate state. Like we're slowly declining. And that's why our people look at each other like doggone meat, like property. I'm just gonna snatch her up. She got it out there. That's how we've become degenerate. Read.
Into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me.
So now the Most High said, we are strange vine unto me. I did not create y'all to do this. I created y'all to rule the earth.
Right.
But now our people run around, they have, like the Officer Solomon was saying, the sister was damn near naked. Was it you also, Matthew? The sister was damn near naked. That's all you see. When we leave the school, it's a strip right out here. All you see is our people half naked selling their behinds on the corner.
Yep. Walking up and down
Walking
the street.
up down the street.
Waving.
Yeah, waving. Trying to get your attention. That's a strange thing to the Lord.
Yep. Hey, can I get a script? Deuteronomy chapter 28 and start at verse 65. Because one of the things, with these things happening to our women, they really don't realize that they're putting themselves in a situation where these nations, they really don't care.
Nope.
And then they start to lose a lot of hope, and they don't know what's going to happen to them. Can you read that, please?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 65.
Come on.
And among these nations shall thou find no ease.
So among these nations, so you got to realize, it's not just our people that's doing it to each other, but let's say, for example, if it is our people putting them out there, but you have these other nations that are purchasing these women, right? You have Elam, you have Ishmael, you got Esau, you got the Africans. I mean, all of the Moab is the worst. And Ammon. Read on.
Shall the sole of thy foot have rest.
And the sole of your feet is not going to have any rest because you don't know when and what is going to happen to you next. How long you have. Read on.
But the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart.
He's going to give you a trembling heart because you're afraid. You done been snatched up in the van, and now you don't know what the hell is going to go what happened to you because you've been injected with some type of injection that's going to make you go to sleep, and you're going to wake up, you are tied up, and you somewhere you don't know where you are. Read on.
And failing of eyes.
Come on.
And sorrow of mind.
And a sorrow of mind because you have no hope. You're losing all helplessness. Read on.
And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee.
And your life is going to hang in doubt. You're going to start to consider thoughts of suicide, because, or you're going to try all sorts of types of ways to try to escape, and you don't know what's going to happen. Read on.
And thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life.
And you have no assurance of thy life. That it?
Yes, sir. Remember that movie Antebellum?
Yeah.
And that sister hung herself?
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, look. Also, if y'all do have to go places late at night, don't use these Ubers and Lyfts. Call your brothers and your sisters. Y'all got to bear each other's burdens.
Right.
I don't want to spoil nothing, but don't use these Ubers and Lyfts.
I'm just saying, if we love each other, somebody a sister need to go out somewhere at night, which y'all should be handling y'all stuff in the daytime anyway.
Right.
Call somebody.
But things do happen last minute,
Call somebody. Let them know where you at. Let them know where you gonna be. Play on in that video.
Make sure you send this video, send this message to every woman that you know. We've got to take care of ourselves. We got to look out for us because the media doesn't seem to care as much as they should. We're not the leading story of the day. And I think that's what these sex traffickers are counting on, that people are not valuing the lives of black women. Please send this to your...
We don't value our own lives.
There you go.
You know what value? Let's just use the word value.
Right.
She said something heavy there.
Uh-huh.
Women, our lives are not valued in this country. What makes something valuable? Exclusivity. That makes something valuable.
Especially when you set it apart from everything else.
When it's set apart
Right.
from everything else.
Right.
When it's protected
Right.
by something. Why do people want to break in jewelry stores?
Because it's protected. It's set apart. They got the 9-inch thick glass, all kind of laser security on the diamonds.
Because of the value.
And the sister that gets the brother's attention, because believe it or not, sisters, we know which girls are going to give it up.
Oh, yeah.
All it takes is time. And we also know which girls don't play that BS.
Exactly.
We know. It just depends on whether or not that man is willing to be with that woman that plays no BS.
Right.
Or does he want to be a whoremonger and just deal with the woman that's easy? We know which ones are which. So don't you think the traffickers know which ones are which? So if our lives are not valued, how do you value your life? You dress it up. You make it look valuable.
Right.
You protect it. Protection, value, covered up, neatly kept. That's value. Taking care of it. Saying, I don't need no man, you're not valuing your life.
No.
Saying, can't no nigga handle me, you're not valuing your life. The woman that gets on TV talking about she liberates whores,
Oh,
That-
man.
you don't
Are
value
you
your life.
serious?
That's a deep
And
dish
then,
right there.
then divorces her husband.
Yeah. Body positive Instagram models, you don't value your life.
No.
Right.
You're putting yourself half naked on TikTok and any other avenue that you can in order to get followers. And guess what? I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all saw a movie or a TV show where there's somebody, an actor or somebody famous, a sports figure, and they have a stalker. And this stalker knows everything about them. They found out where they live.
Yep.
John Travolta actually came out with a movie recently about that. He was like totally in love with this dude. He was a writer of some books that he reads, and it's like, oh man, this is like the best ever. Dude found out where he lived, and he ended up almost killing the dude.
But officer.
But don't you think they do that with the Instagram models?
Of course.
With the TikTok models?
Hey, didn't they do it to? Didn't it happen to? Though it was a movie, Diamond on Players Club.
Yep.
Yeah.
When Marvin followed her home, I follow you home every night.
Yep.
Make sure you get home.
Yep.
And she didn't know it.
Yep. That happens nowadays. Y'all better get y'all head out the clouds, get y'all head out these phones. Because there's real world stuff happening around you, and you can't see it because you're thinking of the next photo that you can take.
Hey, officer, can I get a script based on the value that you was talking about with our sisters? Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 10. Because you said something heavy. In order for our women to understand their value, we got to understand what God says about them, right?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 10.
Come on.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman? A virtuous woman is not on TikTok or Instagram or any other of these social medias, you know what I'm saying, exposing themselves and showing their bodies to everyone. Read on.
For her price is far above rubies.
Do you know how precious a ruby is? Rubies are more precious than these diamonds that these women talking about. They want these big diamond rings and all these carats.
Hey,
Rubies.
an officer.
Yeah.
Hey, to your point, you got it on my mind now. When Marvin said, this is for y'all OnlyFans sisters. Marvin said, I watch you get home every night to make sure you're safe. She was like, what? She tried to run in the house. He said, hey, I spent a lot of money with you.
Yep. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When money is involved, niggas lose their mind.
And so she owes him now.
Yeah.
That's how he feels.
I was your only fan for 3 months. I spent a lot of money on you. I'm telling y'all gonna mess around and get some followers, all right. You want 3.2 million followers? Out of 3.2 million followers,
It only takes
at
one.
least 100 of them is certified crazy ass stalkers.
Yep. Creepy Stanley.
And they will follow you. All you gotta do is mess up one time.
Crazy
It
ass
only take
stalkers.
one.
That's Cass.
Go on vacation one time.
Yep.
Crazy ass stalkers.
Mess around and share your location one time. They got people who study cities. Rich people who study cities, study surroundings. They study these things. There is a metadata finder. If you don't know what metadata is, every time you take a picture in your cell phone, it pings a location, a date, and a time.
Metadata.
Metadata. And they can take your photo and upload it to this metadata database. And find out where your picture was taken, where your video was shot, what cell phone tower was nearest your phone when you took the picture or the video. Exactly. Rappers do it a lot. And a lot of these up-and-coming rappers, they get put to death by doing that stuff. So what you think gonna happen? Our people, we're making it easy for them to do this.
See, our sisters be doing this because they want that cash, and they mess around and get the cash that they don't want. Crazy ass stalker here.
Yeah, like the sister said, you on their layaway plan.
Yeah, you saw that?
You on their layaway plan. They just set layaway plans around for your behind.
I spent a lot of money on you.
Hey,
that's all right. I don't get you now. I'm gonna get you later.
Hey, keep playing in the video because there's something else that we gonna bring out.
Your child. Send this to your mother. Send this to your sister. We have got to be diligent and we've got to be cognizant. Pay attention. Be alert. I love you.
Change your shampoo.
Ooh, wow. So, all right.
He's on a commercial.
Go to the video that Officer Iran just shared in the Telegram.
Notice they always say change the shampoo. You never see them put no soap on they filthy beast behinds.
No, because they don't use.
They don't use
white
soap.
people don't use. No, they use soap, but they don't use hand towels. They don't use washcloths.
They don't use washcloths.
They just use the soap bar. Like they use the. What are you scrubbing?
A raw soap bar with all that dirt. They still.
You know what I'm saying? Just.
Hey,
like,
but anyway, back to the topic at hand. Back to the topic.
They washing all that hair they got on.
Back to the topic at hand.
My apologies, Israel. Just something about the damn devil.
Now look. The video that we're gonna watch. It's only a minute. The video we're gonna watch is showing you how easy it is for these brothers, and these are brothers doing this. How easy it is for these brothers to do something to our sisters. Play it. See, they split up. She ain't, look, none the wiser. None the wiser.
How? Like,
look, he acting like he getting a shopping cart. He just looking. She probably thinking, damn, this nigga thirsty? He's staring? Like, for real? Why are you staring like that? Dude get in the back seat.
She didn't even hear the door.
wow.
He making sure everything is all right. Because you know what they use? They use chloroform or they use an injection. She nice and paralyzed. She out. He peeped the scene, come around, get in the car.
Everything's all secure.
Make sure nothing is going around.
Make sure ain't nobody watching.
Make sure ain't nobody look. Got in the car. Yep. And that means that the dude in the back seat snatched her out of the driver's seat into the back seat.
Exactly.
Yep.
And she's probably already out.
Yeah, she out.
She knocked out. They in the car, and
There they go.
Time
now
to
the
go.
car drives off.
And no one's none the wiser.
Did you see how easy that was?
Yep.
Did you see how easy that was?
Damn.
Watch
I ain't done that
your
before.
surroundings. Our people are wise to do this kind of stuff.
Wise.
And they're doing it like it's nothing.
Hey, and just from watching this video, I know it's a convenience. They hit the little button on your keychain to unlock all your doors.
Right.
But only unlock the door that you using. Only unlock the door that you using.
That driver's side.
That driver's side door.
That,
That way, can't nobody sneak around your car and get in on the passenger side.
Yep. And all of you sisters, y'all better go get y'all license to carry. Be temperate first.
yeah.
Be temperate first, because a lot of y'all got short tempers.
Yeah, don't need
Y'all
that.
can get the damn license to carry. Y'all gonna shoot somebody in an argument because you're emotional. No. And which is another reason why you need a hedge of protection
Exactly.
to keep you level-headed.
Yes.
And that's why our people need the laws of God to keep you level-headed, to keep you patient, temperate, alert. Alert.
Hey, what's that? There's a certain mace. I forgot what it is that's stronger than the regular mace. Y'all were talking about it one time before.
It's like a
Saber.
yeah, saber. It's like a cream.
Yeah.
The more you
Yes.
wipe it, the more it
Yeah,
hurts.
Get that.
It's like an orange color and come out on you.
Well, I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be hit with nothing like that. But hey, I ain't gotta worry about that.
And while we're on the subject, sisters, just know there are some women, they are envious that they see you with your head wrap on, they see you with your dress, they see you in modesty. There's some sisters out here that are worse than some of these brothers, and they helping a lot of these brothers
Yes.
get you all.
Yes.
So
You're
don't
absolutely
just think it's just the brothers. There's some wicked sisters out here that are in cahoots with these men.
You're absolutely right, officer, because there was also a report at one point in time. Someone who actually told me, make sure you tell your wife, your sisters, your mother, and all of them that they're using an old lady and she's asking you to smell certain perfumes. And she's walking around in the parking lot like she's selling perfumes, and it's knockout stuff that, you know what I'm saying? It's some type of
It's chloroform. Hey,
To
get
knock you
Ephesians
out.
5:15
Hey,
real quick.
all praise you brought that up. Because they do that a lot down here in New Orleans. They be out here so-called selling perfumes. Don't buy that BS, or don't even let them approach you with that BS.
exactly.
They're called panhandlers. They're called panhandlers. Yeah. And a lot of y'all, look, I'm going to just bust the bubble.
Don't do it.
Tinted windows was only made for certain cars because the cars get extra hot.
Right.
Y'all don't need no illegal tint on your windows.
No.
Because if you're screaming for help inside your car, can't nobody see you.
Don't nobody see it.
Stop with that heavy tint on y'all windows. Stop with that. That's worldly, ignorant stuff. You don't need none of that. Get that in Ephesians 5:15.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15.
Because the sister didn't use a scripture, but I'm going to use a scripture that says exactly what she said.
See then that ye walk circumspectly.
You walk what?
Circumspectly.
Circumspect. Meaning aware. Meaning you questioning everything that's going on. You're not reserved. You're not so far gone in your own head that you can't see what's around you. Walk circumspectly, read.
Not as fools, but as wise.
Because wise people look around. Wise people question things. Hey, do you want to? Hey, no. Back up. I don't want to buy nothing. Hey, do you want to smell this? Get out my face.
Thank you.
Hey, Hey, do them like they do us when we trying to give them a flyer. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah. Don't
look
even
at
let
him.
them come within
I'm
10
out.
feet. Hey, excuse me. Yeah, you can talk from right there. What's up? Do I have a what? I do not.
And
Get
I
in
don't
your
want
car
none either.
and leave. Be on the phone with somebody. Y'all always on the phone anyway. These are the things that we got to look out for. What the sister was saying, it's easier if you have a male presence.
Right.
And it's easier if the male presence is following the laws of God, because that's our protection. That is our protection in this wicked world. The laws of God.
That's right.
Because like Elijah told the brother that was with him, there's more with us than are with them.
Yep.
We are always encamped about with angels. If you refuse the laws of God, you have lost your protection. You have lost your hedge. You have no protection in this wicked world that's getting more wicked as the days go by. What we need is men to stand up, because it's our brothers that are doing this. Yeah, white men are profiting off of it and they reaping the benefits, but guess what? It's our brothers that are putting our sisters in sexual slavery.
Yep.
That's right.
That's what they're doing. They got death coming to them if they don't repent.
That's right.
Every single last one of them. Our sisters need protecting. And in order to get that protection, the men of the Lord got to lead.
That's right.
Those men that you see in purple, those men that you curse out. They had a sister. Remember the sister when we was at camp the other day? We tried to get a sister a flyer. She want to try to skirt off in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Bust her tire up against the curb.
Oh, yeah. It was leaking. Oh, yeah. She ain't going to make it far on that.
She ain't even made it down the street.
Hey.
Car was rolling on the rim.
Yeah, I'm trying.
But you know what, though? That's why all them people that say only God can judge me. That's judgment from God right there.
You know what I'm saying? You could have just took the flyer and made the turn nice and good.
Yep.
She want to try to skirt off and skirt.
Hey, officer.
Saw you heard down the street. We saw it like the tire was leaking air so fast.
It hit that metal
You
part.
saw the dust coming out the tire.
Hey, but look, can we get a script real quick to sum it all up? Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. Ecclesiastes 8 and 5.
Yep, y'all better get some mace.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing.
Say what?
Whoso keepeth the commandments shall feel no evil thing.
So if you keeping the commandments of God, you feel no evil thing. So you won't have to worry about sex trafficking if you keeping the commandments. Read.
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
A wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. You'll be able to judge your surrounding areas, and you'll understand what time it is. And right now, it's time for us to wrap the show, and we're going to wrap it with Kingdom music.
Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ. Bless. It's also Matthew with Kingdom Music. Hey, look. I guess the call went out because Original Royalty is coming with some heat. They got 4 albums that's about to come out. 4 albums that's about to come out.
4.
One of which is my brother, Officer Gedaliah. Hey, the Sons of Thunder. Hey, play a little bit of this real quick.
Don't give them too much.
Bear with us.
Sons of Thunder came about basically. We started our congregation here in Jackson, Mississippi, and we had some brothers come together that rapped in the world. Some brothers came together that was just freestyling at the at the feast days or whatever. Officer Zariah came into the congregation. He didn't rap for a whole year until he became a soldier. Officer Lavin and myself were already putting some tracks down and so on and so forth. Then we heard this brother rap. We like, yo, this brother dope. And then we found out that Officer Malachi make beats and so on and so forth. So that's kind of how Sons of Thunder was brought together.
Stop. So we ain't gonna give y'all too much, man. Go to the Sons of Thunder Facebook page. Watch the rest of the video. You know what I'm saying? I like what he said because he said Zariah didn't rap until a year after being in the body. A lot of y'all be trying to come in the body 2 days trying to give out your mixtape. Nah, bro, chill. Get
Fall
built
back.
up first.
Right.
Be about this work first.
That's right.
Then put out music. You know what I'm saying? Go to the other thing I had. Yes, I need to see it. Yeah, I need to see it. My memory bad. So, we got Moses out of Memphis with his debut album, I Am Job, coming out. All right? Hey, the brother Moses, hey, hey, a lot of y'all may not like the music of today. Moses bringing that music of what we grew up on.
All praises.
That good old music. Or how they say in Memphis, that music. Then you got Sons of Thunder. You got Fervent Heat. Shout out to Officer Sampson, Officer Urian, out there in the D.
Yeah.
It's so cold in the D. They are hitting it up. And I'm glad because they've been on a hiatus for a minute. All praise to the Most High. They coming out with some music. And last but not least, Patient Saints. Volume 2 is coming out. Bruh. All y'all artists, y'all need to start putting y'all stuff on original royalty, man.
That's right.
Make y'all arms for the body, bruh. Make the people go out and buy the records. Buy the music.
Right.
We trying to take over. We trying to stop everybody from having to listen to WAP and start listening to some righteous music.
Right.
All right? This is what we have to do. So, with that, y'all be on the lookout for those albums, and that does it for Kingdom Music.
All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. Now, hey, giving to original royalty is one way to give alms. And you get some fire music in return. So what's wrong with that? Y'all give alms that way. Hey, y'all can also give alms by doing it via PayPal to your local school, or if y'all are able to congregate, drop it in the alms box in the back of the school. If you want to give to this radio show, you can do so at PayPal, via PayPal at iuic.neworleans@israelunite.org. And also, make sure y'all are giving to the Booster Club. Make sure y'all join the Booster Club. Y'all can join the Booster Club by sending an email to iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org stating that you want to be a member of the Booster Club. If you just want to donate, you don't want to be a member, do so via PayPal at iuic.fundraising@israelunite.org.
Israel United in Christ. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1. And with that, the men of IUIC New Orleans, precept upon precept, we say,
Shalom.